Get closer.
Get cozy.
Cozy.
Well, good morning, guys. And welcome to a wet and rainy Seattle.
Yes,
It's gorgeous.
It's awesome.
I love it. I'm wearing a thermal under a t-shirt. I'm very much 90ing it up. It's very exciting. I'm Alicia, also known as AK47 on Ravelry.
And I'm Liz, also known as Lizzie215 on Ravelry.
And honestly, beautiful day. I think
well, beautiful to us. I don't think most people would like it.
Which I was just going to say, you really know a Washingtonian when they're not complaining about the weather outside.
No.
And when it's sunny, we're outside. There's no question about it. It makes it very lenient to work here because on a sunny day, you aren't expected to come into work. You can go and ski or hike or whatever you're going to do because our pretty days are usually few and far between, especially in this fall and winter time frame. I've already gone up skiing this year. First tracks already done. We've had a lot of things happen in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Last week, your kids had a doctor's appointment.
Doctor's appointment, so we didn't have the chance to record. So it's been 2 weeks since you've seen us, so we have 2 weeks of catching up to do.
Yeah, and we've done a lot.
Yes.
There was a ski swap that is all proceeds, I guess extra proceeds, go to Newport High School, which is over in Bellevue area.
Bellevue, yes.
Yeah, Factoria area, which is east of Seattle. So Sean and I went out last year. They raised something like $15,000 or something in this ski swap. It was ridiculous. They said this year they didn't have the same amount of stock. But I've decided that lines are what knitting was made for. So we went early, and we were like 8th in line, and we were there maybe an hour before they opened.
Oh, that's not too bad. Only 8th in line for an hour?
Exactly. So I sat around and knit some of my sock. I think I started my sock that day, and I got through the ribbing, which is, I think, 15 rows of ribbing.
That's pretty good.
Everybody was super happy, super stoked, talking about, the weather patterns, the storms that have come through here. The skiing community is just super chill out here. We have 4 places in Washington that are known for skiing and snowboarding. I go to Stevens Pass. I grew up at Baker, which is north of here. So Stevens Pass is like my second home. Baker would have been my first home. But I was so young when I was skiing in Baker that I don't really know the terrain as well. Sean knows the terrain actually better, and he's from New Jersey. So he's our little snow bunny. Really good. He decided to buy snower blades recently in the last couple seasons, and they're this long. No joke. His boots and then the length of his ski. And he calls them snower blades. They were made in the 90s. This was one of the original ones. He was friends with whoever made these back in the day. And they offered them to him a while back. So he tolerates my speed while he's on those little bitty ones, and I'm on normal size skis. So yeah, we went out for our first tracks, and he said, never again am I going out on snower blades the first day of the season because my legs were toast like the third run.
Were they like butter? He had like jelly legs?
Oh, just gone. So I was sore that day. I powered through. Like, I was ready to go about 4 runs before we left. And I was like, just stick it out. I'm hanging with some boys, and I'm just gonna hold my own, and I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, I was done, and I thought I was gonna pay for it in the legs later. But to this day, I haven't gotten sore, and that was last week. So
that's pretty good.
I was terrible on the mountain though, burning. Like, so burning. Clearly, climbing isn't known for being any kind of
any cardio.
Zero cardio and really weak on the legs. So we need to start using the downstairs gym at the gym and actually do some leg stuff because our age is showing.
Yeah, we're not spring chickens anymore.
We definitely are. But I was squawking for sure. So yeah. So my big news was we got to skiing again. Do you ski, snowboard much anymore?
No, I have been skiing. I have been snowboarding. I'm equally bad at both.
She has a good time.
Yeah. I like going out. I am more of a half-dayer.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer...
This is the time to go then.
I know. This is about the length of my leg, that my legs will take. And also my extremities tend to get really cold, like my fingers and my toes.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but we have melanin. And we're not known for being good in the cold. My circulation is garbage.
Yeah, my circulation is garbage too. I actually have something called Raynaud's phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
So my fingers specifically they call it red, white, and blue. Go red, white, and blue really fast.
Me too.
At I'm talking about 55 degrees.
Right now, if I were outside, I can't be out there without gloves on.
Yeah, or at least everything, hands deep in pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm not built for snow sports.
No. I'm definitely not built for them, but I go for it. I know that there's going to be a time where I'm going to look back and say, man, I wish I would have spent more time in the snow when I could have, because I barely can do it now because I'm
that's
so
not going to happen
cold.
by me. So, but I do enjoy the snow. I do like snowboarding and skiing. I'm a good blue run person.
Okay.
I can
groomed runs.
Yeah, I can do a black diamond, but I'm stressed out. I won't kill myself, but I'm stressed out.
If there's trees on your path, I'm not good at not looking at trees. Because if you look at trees, you're going for them. And even knowing this, with my mountain biking and my skiing, I know not to look at them, but I still end up hugging them.
So I'm better with just the nice green runs are very calming for me.
Open turns.
Yeah, open turns. Yeah, exactly. I'm good with that.
You give me a bowl, I'll be so happy. Yeah.
So I'm super excited when that happens. So
you're gonna go this year? Are you gonna take the little ones? Because your daughter should be able to. She's 4 now.
Yeah, my minion number 1 should be able to take some lessons. We'll see. I don't know. Okay. We'll see. Because it's hard. Because then with the baby, I'm stuck with the,
Yeah, but you don't want to be out in the snow anyway, right?
True. But
you could totally have the excuse of I'm lodging it because I have a baby.
Yeah, true. But
that's what my mom used to do all the time. No, I'm good. I'm just going to be in the lodge reading. I need to catch up on some reading.
That's what I do all the time. I used to live in California, and we used to, go to Tahoe. My friend's like, you want to come to Tahoe? Yeah, sure.
I'll hang out in the bar.
Yeah, I'll hang out at the bar. No, I would go skiing or snowboarding in the morning.
But the rest of the day?
Just
find me at the lodge.
Yeah. And I went with, I had friends who were, skiers, double black diamond. They try to see how many runs they can squeeze into a day. They are just go, go, go. That's not me. So, yeah.
I don't
know what? Walkie-talkies were made for people like me. So you have your walkie-talkie. I have my walkie-talkie. I'll be around. Just call in.
Just check in.
Just check in. Or if you're hunting for me, more than likely you will find me at the bar.
Yeah, I'm those people that I'm trying to get as many runs in a day.
Yeah. So to each their own. And people are like, you're snowboarding or something. I'm like, it is stress-free. I'm not worried about anyone keeping up or trying. Or I'm not worried about trying to keep up with somebody or worried that I'm slowing somebody down. So no. I am quite happy. I'm the person you want to take skiing or snowboarding because I'm like, you go ahead.
You just do your thing.
You do your thing. We got
we'll
walkie-talkies.
Meet up at the car at 4.
Yeah. We got walkie-talkies or else not. Walkie-talkie failed. We'll meet up at the car at 4. Okay.
Well, Sean's already made some goals for me in my skiing this year. He's like, so what do you want to do this year? I said, I want to do the same thing and do every year. Just have fun. Now, Sean was on his way to being very well known in moguls. He had a really serious injury when he was 16, and that took him out of the running. He couldn't recover from it. He broke his back in a couple places. Is just grateful he's walking. I'm telling you, you can't kill this guy. And you can't bring him down in any way. But he definitely couldn't compete at the level that he was before the accident. So he is one of those people that you would think that his knees were stuck together in some way because his skis never come apart. Just like this, all the way down. Turns, flips, anything. Just doing his own thing, having a good time. So I cannot keep up with him on skis. I am honest to this. It's not going to happen. He wants to go on Alaska trips all the time, and I'm like, just go without me. No, but I want to share it with you. I was like, sharing it with me is not going to be a good time for you. So
no, yeah.
Just get over that. Just do it on your own. So I like to be the worst one in the group. when I'm skiing with a
group. Because then you're like, go ahead.
Because I can make myself charge behind you, but I don't want to be waiting on someone. I'm not sure of that. So I've always ridden with boys, for the most part. I always climb with boys. I bike with boys, and I try to be the one just like trying to keep up right at the back, and just to make myself better. And we've had many discussions because Sean's always inviting people to come with us, and I was like, dude, you don't even know if they're any good. Like, I don't know if they want to be on Daisy Chair for the whole day, which is only 3 runs because Daisy Chair takes about half an hour to get up part of the mountain. It's the green run at Stevens. I'm like, we might lose a day of skiing because you brought somebody along who doesn't even like to ski or doesn't know how. So he keeps me humble and he keeps me not being a jerk.
He makes her a nice person.
He makes me a nice person. He rests a lot. He's always checking in on people, even though he is the best in the group. No matter what group we put together, he's the pro. And he's taken us, oh, you know what you should try? So, the goal for me this year, apparently, because last year I learned a helicopter. I don't know if you guys know this. So this is when your skis are on the ground, but you're doing 360s, right? So I learned to use all the edges of my skis, which you have to do in order to make the full rotation. I am happy, pleased as punch to be doing this. I don't need to get any better. I don't need any more tricks.
You're like, I got one.
He's like, well, we put you on a box last year in one of the terrain parks. What he means is I rode for about this long on a box where the snow level was up to the box, so all you had to do was kind of ride with it and just jump off the bottom, right? Just up and down. So he's like, so you know what we should do? We should do a 180. Oh, you mean just part of a helicopter and then just, ski backwards for a while? No, let's get some air. Let's get some air under you and do a full, twist. A half twist, right? Because you're going to land on your backside. I was like, Sean, I don't even ski backwards. Oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about it. Or we can ski backwards into the 180 so you can land forwards. Yeah, so that's my husband. I'll keep you posted if this happens.
If you see her with a cast,
right, you'll know why.
It did not go out.
It'll probably be under the table because I'm thinking it's going to be a leg. So I did go off the boxes this last time. And I definitely broke myself on the way down of one of them. So much that I had to take a time out. Sean's downhill and he got out of his skis and he trudged up to me. He's like, are you okay? I was like, I think so. At this point, I was like, you know when you fall and you don't want to move anything because you don't want to know if anything's hurt? That was me for a while. I landed squarely on my bum on one side, which is good because I have a back injury myself from being young and silly. But I try not to land squarely on my butt because it sends compression all the way up my spine. And that puts me out for days. So luckily, I side bounded this time. So I didn't know this. I'm just, doing the things you told me to. Just get on the box, ride it for a while, and jump off. Sure, cool. So I get up there, but I was finishing off, turning, squaring into it. Don't do that. Just go squarely into this thing and just ride it straight. If you're going to do this, if you want to join us on our mission this year. So I was finishing squaring up when I hit the box. So on the box, you have no control over what's going to happen, which I did not know, because I've just been doing it correctly, I guess, this whole time. So I lose a ski. So I'm levitating a little bit on one side, and I'm thinking, don't land on the box. Don't land. The boxes this time were 6 feet long. So I'm right in the edge of the box with one ski. I'm thinking, don't land on the box, because on the box is going to hurt even more than just hitting ground, right? Which is, you'll have some give because it's snow, right?
No,
it's not powder. This is a packed snow. This is a terrain park. So I'm riding the edge, and Sean said from where he was, when he was downhill, he saw my helmet, This was the first time I wore a helmet. That's very exciting. In the 16 years that I've been skiing.
That's a good thing. Safety first, children.
Safety first, people. Go out there, get a helmet, fit it. So he says, I saw your head. I saw one full ski. So yeah, that's what happened. So I'm staying on as long as I can on one ski on the edge of this box. And then I lose it. Like, I'm off the edge. I've cleared it, so I know I'm not going to hit it. And I just let it go. Like, just let it go. This is the one thing I've learned from diving for the many years of competing I did in that. Just ride it out.
Just fall.
Don't try to stop yourself. Don't change your rotation. Just take the hit. If it means you got welts on your legs because you hit the water wrong, fine. You don't want to know what happens when you pull out of something. So don't pull out. Sounds a little bit dirty. But just continue with what you're doing.
Just continue the rotation.
I let the rotation go. I landed on one of my bums. Now, you saw the no gadunk last week. So you can imagine the pain I'm in hitting all of it on just one cheek. So no bruising. I thought for sure we were gonna be able to locate my butt because I was gonna have a bruise on it, but no bruise. But it hurt like you wouldn't believe, and I hit my head on the ground, like everything. So I used my helmet. I landed correctly. I didn't pull out of the rotation. I did all the things correct. So children, it totally works. Just keep with it.
Because she doesn't have a cast on.
No cast. Didn't break anything. Let's keep that through the whole season because we have a big climbing season next year that I need to stay fit for.
All right, we should probably move on to knitting.
I guess we can talk about knitting. I was trying to fill in a lot of space because Liz found a hole in one of her garments.
It's okay. So right now I'm putting in a lifeline.
She's picking up stitches, guys.
I'm putting in a lifeline so I can pull back to the hole and reconfigure the yarn. And I love this piece, but it's a little small for me. I would have liked it a little longer. It was from a club, Martina Bem club that I did a couple years ago.
She was in Martina Bem's club.
Yeah, and this is a Sail Away. Mm-hmm. And I was actually trying it on my daughter when I noticed it had a hole on. So now this is going to be, you will see me working on this during our podcast for the next couple of days because it's tedious work.
Yeah.
Or the next couple of broadcasts. So it's tedious work. So I figure this is the best time to do it while you guys can keep me company.
Mm-hmm. And we're still doing that knit along that you're hosting.
Yes, we are still doing
the 4 gram along.
The 4 gram along. So yes, anything.
Have you been watching the threads?
Yes,
she hasn't been talking in them.
No, I'm sorry. Things have been crazy. But I do try to love posts. I do go through and I love posts. I'm just not a very good commentator, and I haven't. But yes, there's been like 900 something grams knit.
Oh yeah, more than that because a little bear came in.
Oh my gosh, Allison, right?
100 grams.
Yeah, and the bear is so cute.
The cutest bear I've ever seen. I certainly thought that was not a pattern. I thought that was a store-bought bunny.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
He is gorgeous. And you know how you find those patterns that you're like, oh, those are the cutest, and then you try to commit to it, and yours end up looking like that shouldn't be on Ravelry.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, I suck at stuffies.
Yeah. No, this thing is...
It looks exactly like the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
You guys need to go out there and check out this bear. In order to get the grams, she had to turn him upside down.
Yeah, she has him weighing, like, he's on his head.
On the balance.
On the scale.
Oh my gosh, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. So, kudos to you. High five. 600 plus grams.
Let's just say that's a lot of entries.
Yeah, it is. I haven't divided it yet because we've had our TV hooked up to a monitor so we could have, or my computer hooked up to a monitor that we use as a TV. And we've been watching Monk.
Oh, really?
Did you ever watch that in the 90s? Oh, it's so good. So good. A detective that has phobias. But he's a great detective. Very good. I don't like the theme song anymore.
Sounds
the
like
original
a play on
one was
Sherlock.
Great. Yeah, it's a Sherlock-esque kind of thing. He has a nurse that helps him cope with situations that are too trying for his phobias.
It's totally Sherlock.
It's so good. So good. And it's very
no wonder
family
you
friendly.
like it.
Oh yeah, my parents used to watch it when I was younger. Very family friendly. My parents are very difficult to find things for them to watch because it can't be racy in any way. They kiss. That's the extent. That's all it can do. So Hallmark movies are their thing. And this is definitely Hallmark movie-esque. Let's watch Monk. Now we're in season 4. What have you been watching?
I've been catching up to A Good Place from last season.
That guy from Cheers.
Yes, Ted Danson, Kirsten Bell.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. I do that one when I knit because it's a good half hour.
And that's why I brought it up, is because
you don't have to pay attention.
Yeah,
you don't have to pay much attention.
And it's quick one-liners. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good idea.
So yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Okay. Do you have any finished objects this week?
Let's see. No, I do not have any
watching.
No, I do not have any finished objects. Do you?
I do.
What'd you finish?
Ooh, finished my shawl. Now, there is a huge difference between this orange, which we talked about last time, was sport weight, which I married with this fingering weight. Look at this, guys. It's long. So it's long enough if I want to take out the orange. Let's see if I can scoot back.
Mm-hmm.
If I take out the orange, I'm still wingspan in the multicolor Weasley Boys by Loops. So that has oranges and browns and a sky blue that's really pretty and a red. There's 2 different types of red in there. Let's see if I can get to a point where they pooled. Where the 2 reds collided. You got that.
You're gonna knock your beads out.
Yeah, my beads are going for a ride. Here one. Oh well. I have enough. We're all good. Really love this knit. This is the Skyamson shawl by Otter Moon Designs. It's got yarn overs right at those teeth. And there's also yarn overs on this edge. This edge is the hardest one to show eyelets on. And then to finish it off, you get a row of eyelets so it matches. So it stays consistent with this edge. Yeah. You going to see it? Yeah. I striped in the orange. Now I striped it in a different way this time. Maybe you guys will think to do it too. Maybe it'll help you guys out. I kind of muddled it. So every 4th stitch, I slipped a stitch when you're going onto your new color so that the orange carried up into the multicolor row for a row. And then you knit the next one regular so that you take those slip stitches and knit them in the second row. I liked that.
So every 4th stitch you slipped it?
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
It's kind of muddled, which I prefer. Now, I think I will go back and take the orange out because I think it's wide enough without it, and this gives it a really weird weight when I try to wear it.
Oh, it doesn't quite lay.
Yes.
It's heavy on one side.
It's heavy on one side, which might be a design feature if you need something warmer. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to wear it. And I think that's another thing that's wrong with it, is that I just haven't found how I want to do it. But I really like the orange against this multicolored. So that was a good idea.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, but
yeah, I do think it was long enough before integrating into orange. And I was already at the 33rd. Like the end of the pattern was where I changed into orange. So these extra spikes that I have are not necessary. So if you were to do this, you could take 1 skein of yarn and finish this off, because I had about 18 grams left of the Weasley Boys before I went into orange. Mostly because I wanted an extra skein for the train and I wanted a skein for me. So that's 10 grams already. And then I think I'm trading with somebody in my Loops Harry Potter knit along all our stuff that we made in Loops this year.
Oh, you're going to trade mini skeins?
Do a little swap.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to do, speaking of the Loops, are you going to do the card, the extracurricular one?
No. We have until December 1st to give our address and our name to Lydia B., who is the host of this Harry Potter Cal. And one of the challenges is that you send a Christmas card or a winter card or however you want to do it.
Right.
And a little extra. Now, if you do just the card out to everyone or, you know,
you can pick and
choice,
choose. You don't have to do it to anyone.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the whole list. It could be your team. It could be, you know, the first 5. However you're going to do it. If you send out a card, you get 10 points for your team. And if you send out a card, an ornament, or a card and mini game, or
just a card and a treat,
yeah, you get 15 points for your team. So I think I want to do the card, but if I do the card, you know I'm gonna want to try to do the other part.
That's the hard part for me.
I like to overcommit myself. Have you met me? Yeah. So no, I haven't decided. Is the short answer.
Neither have I.
Okay. I don't know. I wish I could say probably, but I don't know.
Maybe by the next podcast we'll have an answer.
Yeah.
We still have till December 1st.
It's true. It's November in the 20s before Thanksgiving right now.
Yeah. So we've got at least 10 days.
Does that narrow it down?
We have 10 days.
So yes, the knit along is going swimmingly.
Well, this was
my main challenge.
That's her main November challenge.
That was for Patronus.
Yeah.
So this was for an Otter Moon Designs. Totally doable. You can just go by the designer name, which was awesome. And you have a Patronus that you were working on.
Yes, I do. I am working on.
She got far, guys.
I did get far.
She had not even cast this on yet because you cast on when we went to lunch after recording last time.
Yes, after. So 2 weeks of knitting. I have about 4 feet of scarf.
And you're gonna block this out too.
Yeah, I'm gonna block this out. So I kind of
the antlers.
Yes, I'm using. I don't want to say stole because I did buy the pattern.
It's long, guys.
I do have the pattern. But I'm using the antler cable from Tin Can Knits. They have an antler sweater and an antler hat. So I'm just using the antler cable to
represent the stag.
To represent the stag, which is Harry's Patronus. And making the scarf for my friend.
Yeah. And what kind of yarn are you using?
This is O-Loops, of course. It's a mystery colorway because this is the O-Loops I bought as part of an Ohm shawl kit.
We went to look to see if the colorways were in there, and they weren't.
They weren't. So it looks kind of like Dumbledore, though, when I go through the thing. So I'm going to call it Dumbledore, even though it's not.
It's whatever she wants to call it. Just like if there's not a price tag on there, it's free.
It is O-Loops, though. It is definitely O-Loops. And so...
I've got proof.
And so, yeah, I finished my first... I had 3 skeins of this gray because I wasn't sure how much I would need for the scarf.
Yes.
I've finished 1. I'm on my 2nd, and I think I'm only going to need 2. So I'm going to have the 3rd one.
Extra.
Yep. Because I got to 4 feet with 1, and I just needed to... Actually, I got it to 3 feet. Mm-hmm. About 3 feet, 3.5 feet with 1 skein, and I just want it to be 6 feet. So
good.
I will have...
She's got plenty of yarn. Not to worry, guys. Don't stress out for Liz.
So that is my November main challenge. I have 10 days to finish it. I should hopefully finish it. Hopefully I got a lot of knitting done this Thanksgiving weekend and finish it by this weekend.
Like this.
It is. It's a super easy.
It's addicting.
It's a super easy cable pattern to memorize. It's an 8-stitch repeat. No, sorry, 16-stitch repeat, 6 rows. But it's really easy because you know where you're supposed to be on the cable.
And every other row is probably a rest row. Knowing Tin Can Knits.
Yeah, every wrong side row is just knit.
The knits, purl the pearls.
Yeah, basically.
Now, you had to modify it a little bit because you want to make it a scarf.
I want to make a scarf, so the nice thing about the scarf is I don't have to do the decreases like they do on the hat or the sweater that come up the shoulders and stuff.
But you don't want it to roll on the sides.
I don't want it to roll on the sides. So
what did you do?
I'm doing a garter stitch edge. So that's 3 stitches on each side. So hopefully that'll help it lay flat once I block it. And then in order to make the cable stand out, I purled all the stitches next to the cable to make it pop.
So it's those twisted stitches that we've talked about before where the cable remains your knit and then your other stitch is a purl.
Right.
Whether it came before or after or whatever. Cool. Well, it looks really good.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
And it looks kind of skinny right now, but I bet it blocks out to about 8 inches.
It's blocking, it'll block out to 8 inches because I made sure when I was casting on, it's just because it's curling right now because of the cables.
But you know what she's probably going to use? You've got blocking wires.
I do have blocking wires. So I will use blocking wires.
And how do you use your blocking wires?
I will just slide the blocking wire down the side.
Yeah, and then you pin it out.
And then I pin out and it's just nice. And then instead of like having to pin every 2 or 3 inches on the scar, then I just have to pin out like.
Just take a ruler and be like, pin.
Yep, pin.
All the way down.
Yep, exactly. So
consistency is
I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Nope. But it will be.
Yeah.
Now, if you've made mistakes, was it easy to fix in the column, or did you go back? Did you tink?
Oh, no, I didn't have to. I haven't made a mistake because it's so easy to read. Even for me, it's super easy to read. So usually I have to pull out a project, at least 4 rows.
Mm-hmm. I see you have no lifelines.
No lifelines.
She's not stressed, guys.
No needed. It's only, so if it's a 16 stitch repeat and I have 7 stitches, so I made it is 36 stitches wide. Nice. So 36 super stitches, easy. Anyone can do that.
Yeah, and it's just flying off the needles.
Yeah.
Now, are you using a circular for that?
Yeah, I'm using a circular just because that's what I have. That was handy.
Now, you could, if you're new to knitting, you could do it on straights. Fixed circulars.
Well, circulars are nice because, I mean, I'm doing that scars or anything on a 16-inch circular because it's kind of dual purpose. It's kind of hard to knit a hat on straight needles.
Correct.
So
that's what DPNs are for.
With the 16-inch circular, you can at least do most of the hat.
Most of the hat, the body of it.
Yeah.
On one needle.
So that's what sold me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm probably going to knit hats.
Yeah. Speaking of hats, that's a good segue, Liz.
Yay! Without even trying.
Mm-hmm. I am knitting on a mystery hat.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned this.
I've never done a mystery hat, and this is proving why.
This is a whole bunch of new mysteries for you. Mystery KAL, mystery shawl along.
And most of it is, I find that I give away my knitting in the end anyway, so I just need to get over this, what if I don't like it scenario. Because
welcome
you know
to
what?
My world.
You're always going to find somebody who says, oh, wow.
That's really cool.
That's really pretty. Oh, you'll wear it? Good. Keep it.
Here you go.
Do that all the time. All right. So let's start with the crown. Because that was my first clue. Was the crown of this thing. And it made a poinsettia.
Oh, pretty.
A little bit. It's very hard to picture.
Or a pinwheel, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, a pinwheel. That's the center.
Wait. How did you even decide to follow on a mystery hat?
Bacon Fairy.
No, okay. I knew there was somebody else to blame.
And it looks like she's only through part of clue 2 right now.
That's
Bacon Fairy.
She's super
you
fast.
pulled me into this thing and then you're not even knitting it. Or maybe you're just not taking pictures. But, okay, so there's a poinsettia on the crown. And then it kind of turns into a different kind of leaf pattern here. And then this was my third clue, was this zig and then zag. It better be a beret. That's all I'm saying. I've never done crown down. Never done, well, except for crochet. In crochet, this is the only way to go, is from the top down. But this is my first top-down knitting as far as hats go. So that's new to me. So I'm gonna stress the positive on this. New to me techniques. I'm using lots of yarn. So the yarn I'm using is
pretty.
One Twisted Tree. You guys are probably very familiar with her. And it's Miss Fisher's Pearl-Handled Pistol.
Miss Fisher's as in Miss Fisher's?
Miss Phryne Fisher's Murder Mysteries. Better believe it. So Liz introduced me to this series.
It's an Australian, like...
It's wonderful.
It's imagine, what was the one with Angela Lansbury?
Mm-hmm.
Murder, She Wrote, but with a younger
themes. Very independent woman. She wears pants in the 20s.
Yeah.
Need I say more?
Yes.
You should already know what this is about. So she tends to find murders around her, and she likes to help solve them.
Yep. So it's super hilarious.
She is a lady detective.
Yes.
And she is wonderful. She's sassy. Her helper is demure and cute, and you just want to hug her. She's wonderful. I just love, and the detective, like the real detective who works on the police force, is awesome. he tries to put her in her place, and she just won't do it.
Yeah, she's not having any of it.
she's independent, and she's gonna tell you. Now, she has a best friend who's a doctor, so there's a lady doctor and a lady detective in this. From the 1920s in Australia is where it's based. Oh, so good. So check your BBC.
Yes, check your BBC. It's really good.
I think it's on Netflix too.
Yes, that's where we started watching it, on Netflix.
I think there's 4 seasons, and I think it's over. Pretty sure it's over, which is sad because I wanted it to never end.
But anyway, so that's this colorway.
So that's the colorway.
Where'd you buy the yarn? Do you
got
remember?
this at ZK 2016. The one you did not go to. The first one you did not go to.
Yeah. I was like, there's been 2 I haven't been to.
It is beautiful. It's purples. So
purples and grays.
Purples, and yeah, it's kind of like an overdye of purple over a gray or something. I don't know if that's true, but that's what it looks like to me. Love it. There's long pieces of this dark purple in there. Oh, love it. Now, this is a garter stitch hat, so you kind of lose that definition. If this were stockinette, this thing would be singing more than it is right now. I can appreciate it because I've been knitting it. So it's probably lovely. But I know how much more you would see if this wasn't garter. But that's okay. It's a garter stitch hat. So yeah, there's rows of pearls in here, guys. This is not named yet because it's a mystery hat. This is Mystery Hat B by Woolly Wormhead. I've done one of her hats over and over and over again. And that's the line.
One of the few patterns that she's actually...
It's true. And mostly it's because I love the stitch count. And I love that there's not a ribbed brim. So the North Lime has a folded brim. So you knit a good number of rows. You purl once so you know where to fold it. And then you repeat the knits. And then you fold it over. And then magic of knitting. If you've never done a folded brim, this one's pretty fun. And it's an envelope hat, the kind that have a little envelope on the top, like old school ski style hat. Yeah, super fun, super easy too. So yes, this is Woolly Wormhead, hat B. There is a hat A, and it's a colorwork one. It's got slip stitches in it. I don't care to do it. I'm glad I picked B. This is definitely up my alley, and I'm really hoping it's a beret. I mean, look at the size of this thing.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a beret-ish. Or slouchy.
There's my face. It's
or
in
slouchy.
There somewhere. It's huge. Yeah, I don't like slouchy hats, so I'm rooting for beret. And I'm hoping at some point they say, if you want beret style, go a little bit further.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for, because I'm going to go a little bit further. It says it needed 200 and something stitches. I have 270 stitches. No, yards. I have 271
Man, you got
yards.
a big head.
Yeah, right? Enormous. It can't be contained. So I should have enough yarn. I'm trying not to stress about playing yarn chicken, and that's all I have to say about that hat. Loving the knitting so far. It changes enough. It's been fun. I'm really hoping it's a beret. I will sing its praises at the end of this if it turns out to be a beret. Just gonna put it out there. Anything else you're working on? You want to tag team this working on thing?
I didn't bring this last time, so I wanted to show you guys how far I got on my shawl before I had to put it aside to work on November's challenge.
So this is the part of your world.
Yeah, so I'm
go.
slowly working on it.
Oh, it's getting so pretty.
So it is that big now. I am on my 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on my
see the
4th color.
So lift up your end. Like lift it up.
Oh no, 5th color.
Straight up. So you can see. Can you see the beads in here?
I'm on my 5th color. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5th color.
Do you see this gradient? This is called Volcano Sunrise.
Yep. And so that's as far as I got. I think, and this is clue 5. I'm almost done with my 5th color. That's all I have left. And then I have...
Have we talked about how you're changing colors in this? Are you like knitting to the end?
I am knitting to the very end of the
row,
and then I'm doing a kind of because it's single ply. I'm kind of doing a combination of Russian join. Mm-hmm. And then because it's single ply, the ends stick out, and then felting. Wet felting. Just to make it super strong.
Because you could spit felt it.
Yeah.
But then you would still have that illusion of color. So, yeah, that's cool. I guess you get the same illusion of color.
No, because I basically, it ends. The color ends with the Russian join. Mm-hmm. I'm felting it back onto itself. Because if you do a Russian join, you fold the ends over and you have that. So it's a direct color change. Excellent. But then it's felting it to itself on the ends. And it's working relatively well. It's actually working really well. I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
So I haven't worked on that in 3 weeks though, but I'm hoping once I finish the scarf this weekend, I can go back to this and get some stuff done.
Before November ends.
Before November ends, yeah.
And with her cowl, I didn't think we mentioned it before, you don't have to have FOs. I really need to change that thread title.
Yes, you don't have to have
just say progress or something.
Progress. So as long as you weigh it, I'll even give people till December 1st, because I know if you're knitting till like midnight on November 30th, I'll give people December 1st to like...
For some good light, for some pictures.
Yeah, for some good light, for some pictures and stuff. And so it's just basically any 4 grams that you knit. So, and
just give me the total. You don't have to do any of the dividing of how many entries you get.
Just do the total.
I take care of that.
Alicia's graciously volunteered to do the maths.
Yeah. I have a Google spreadsheet open, and it just column A is getting really long.
Do the maths.
It's very exciting.
And, even if you're a little late to the game and you didn't take a starting picture of if you estimate.
Yeah, just guesstimate.
Just guesstimate. We're all about just getting stuff done, especially with the knitting and the holidays and stuff.
We want to encourage you to knit. And actually, this brings up a fun fact for you guys. Fun fact with flags. We were mentioned in Becky's podcast. She just released one a couple days ago. And she said that we had a fresh take on cowls. And that is, we make our knitting fit into cowls.
Yes.
Not the cowl to motivate more cast-ons and stress us out. And she said that she had never thought about that angle on it before. And speaking of some other groups that have taken some of our ideas to heart and thought, wow, that's a great idea. My group, hi guys, from Ravenclaw, our moderators are watching. Luchi Lou and Falula. Hi. I guess in the past, this is the 5th year that they've been doing this Harry Potter knit-along that we're providing our efforts in. And they've always had this detention where you put the things you didn't finish the month prior into detention so that you can work on them still and still get points.
It's not...
But you don't get the full points.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Now, if it was your main challenge, you go from 50 points that you could earn with your main challenge down to 5. So, if you're watching Ravenclaws, Hufflepuffs, Slytherins, or Gryffindors, you really want to get your main challenge done. That detention would be super depressing. Well, apparently that's what it was for most people, that this was depressing. I had to put my stuff in detention. I'm getting less points. Well, I came up, and Liz came up with this same idea that you should just cast on more things that qualify for, the pre-round that you could get in 2 days of knitting or 4 days of knitting because you're done with all your challenges, and you thought, but I could still be knitting, and I could still be knitting towards this knit-along, right? Why don't I just try to get 5 more points by casting on right now?
Yeah.
And working on it
even though you know you're not going to finish, but then you're less depressed because you already knew you weren't going to finish.
Was not to finish.
Yeah.
This was my idea to put into detention. So I'm stoked. So they said that this was the first year that they had ever thought to do that as a positive note for points, was to start some new things for detention intentionally. Intentional detention.
Yeah, intentional detention.
So, yay! I'm glad I could encourage some people to get outside their comfort zone and just cast on some things that they might want to work on for the next couple months.
Yeah, as long as you can figure it into the,
Yeah, and without any stress. I'm stressing that I won't get my challenges that I intend to do this month done. But man, it's nice to have a project that it's like, oh, if I get some done and I finish it, I'm going to get points. And it's extra points.
Right. So yeah.
I see it as extra credit.
In that vein, like last month, I started a pair of socks for my daughter and just realized, we were like, oh, wait, I don't have to do it for Dobby because Dobby only gets you 5 points if I put it in intention. But if I put it in Slug Club, it gets me 10 points because it's going to my daughter.
Because Slug Club goes over all 3 months. So you could start in October and anything you made for somebody else fits into this category. So if she could finish it in October.
If I had finished it in October.
She could have gotten 10 points in Dobby sock. Yeah. Right? And now that October's over, that would go down to 5 points if it was put into detention.
But I didn't put it into detention.
But she was smart. She said, wait, these aren't for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it in Slug Club and I'll get 10 points no matter when I finish it because it extends over 3 months rather than just that 1 month challenge.
Yep.
We're having so much fun with this.
Yes, we are.
Hey. Yes, we could totally talk about it here. It's our podcast. Whatever. The December challenges came out. I had a heart attack.
Right, because
it came out on like the 18th or something.
This is the probably most specific challenge.
Yes.
Out of the last 2, so the last 2 months were really easy to find something to fit into.
I could only dwell on the main challenge. I couldn't even look at the other ones because I was so stuck on how am I going to make this main challenge work.
So the main challenge is you have to do something that either has in your house colors or regarding your head of house.
Yeah, so it's head of house, I think, is the title of this main challenge. Now, who's your head of house?
Miss McGonagall.
She's so lucky.
Yes, I am. Because I'm in Gryffindor.
Yeah. So mine is Phileas
Flitwick.
And he's adorable. I didn't even notice him in the movies. I don't know how I didn't.
He's the charms professor.
So he's the charms professor. So you can do anything based and related to
your head of house.
So her head of house, she could do something about a cat.
I can do something about a cat. I can do something.
She was
of Scottish or Irish descent, because
yeah. Yours seems to be an easy one because I love her.
Well, and also,
I know something about her.
there's more stuff about her right now in the books. Yes,
I hear she gets some good backstory.
While Alicia's character, there isn't much backstory. I know because I tried to help her do research.
So I went on the wiki for Harry Potter and I tried to find some more stuff, and they do have some backstory for him, but it's still kind of really vague. But some of my teammates said, why don't we just look at charms and see if we can associate charms to a pattern? And he's the professor of charms, right? And he's actually really good. Really good. And I know this is a fantasy book. I know this isn't real. I know. I've gotten involved. I know. This is totally not me.
Welcome to the world.
Welcome to, Harry Potter. He's, if you could be an expert, like the best wizard, he is the best at charms. Like, he doesn't even have a Patronus. So I don't even have a Patronus to go off of. From the Harry Potter wiki, it says undisclosed. We'll just say that.
Yeah, it's undisclosed.
But I think because he must have just put all his efforts and ideas into one thing, and that was charms and something else. He's supposed to be known for something else. But anyway, he's spent 40 years or something as a teacher at Hogwarts.
Yep.
And you would think they would have more information on him. So he even taught Harry Potter's parents.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a link. Like, this guy could link both of the Potters, and maybe I can think of something that would do that. But I don't know. I'm really stuck. So if you guys have any ideas for me. Because you saw the colorway I want to use. It's not the blue of Ravenclaw. It is blue. It's not the blue of Ravenclaw, so I can't even go, oh, I could use my house colors.
That's what I would do. I would say it's in the blue family of Ravenclaw.
And they do say, Ravenclaw is all about the air, so sky, blues. But theirs is a dark blue that they show in the movies and stuff. But I guess Ravenclaw in the book is blue and bronze.
Yes,
and then
blue and bronze.
In the movie, it's blue and silver. So we have a little bit more leeway on colorways, but I don't have those colorways. I only have that pair that you saw 50-50 of 100 grams cane of O-loops. And I'd like to reach Seeker because I'm 2/3 of the way there. In order to reach Seeker, you have to use O Loops yarn in all your main challenges. And so far I have. And so far you have. So we kind of, you're going for Seeker still.
I'm going for Seeker, yeah, but I lucked out because I bought a prefit kit, so I have color.
That's right. I'll know better for next time. And I will. Oh my goodness. I really like Ravenclaw colors.
Yeah, I like Ravenclaw colors too. I may be switching house next year. Oh crap, how did I end up 2 rows up? Oh, that's because it's so tiny. I don't care. I'll just pull out to...
She's having fun with lace. What were you on? 6s?
Huh?
Were you on 6s on that?
5s or 6s.
Yeah. Well, let's talk some more about our knit-along, shall we? Now, with the prefet kit, which she just mentioned, that comes with a couple skeins of yarn. One was a Hogwarts yarn, and one was for your house.
Yes.
And then you had like a coordinating skein.
I had a coordinating skein.
So these are the things she can pick from if she wants to go with her colors for her house. So this is Brave at Heart, which is the top one. And then the coordinating skein, which is just that golden color. So, of course, Gryffindor is what? Is it
Scarlet
crimson?
and
Scarlet.
Scarlet and gold,
Scarlet
I think is the way it's described.
So that is Perfection Knot, as we've said before. It's 75-25 merino nylon and 463 yards. And then the coordinating skein is probably a 50-gram skein on top of that. So you have yardage to boot.
Yeah, but...
And we have to use 200 to 400.
Yeah,
So with the prefet kit, she got another skein that was Hogwarts, and it is gorgeous. Have you seen what's been knit up in that Hogwarts colorway?
I'm behind all things.
It's beautiful. Go to the FO threads. If you're looking at O Loops yarn, go check this out, because most of these, and I'm going to say most of these will be repeated for next year. O Loops used to be 2 women who died, and now it's just 1. Dyed yarn. And now there's just 1 person who dyes yarn for O Loops. So the second person's, Sarah's, colorways can't be repeated as far as Harry Potter goes. But these are all Lydia colors. So most of these colorways are going to come back year after year if you request them, right? So go out to those finished object threads in the O Loops group and check these out. They are gorgeous. What you'll be looking for is something that says Seeker on it, and that will definitely show you O Loops yarn. It's so pretty. So anyway, she's got 2 options. She can use her Hogwarts or her Gryffindor, probably.
Yeah.
And then that came with Herbology socks, which was from Mina Phillip. And there was 3 things. There's a cowl, a hat, and a sock. She got the sock, and I stole it. So, somebody paid for it. Somebody knit it. And that somebody's me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can get this so it doesn't wash out. I thought that this was a cabled sock. Are you seeing why I thought this was a cabled sock? It's not. Those are just yarn overs and decreases that make that pattern. So if you're looking for something that kind of looks like a cable but isn't, and it's kind of a mock cable, and you don't want to deal with cable needles or anything like that, this is not a cable needle use of anything. You do not need one. You're not moving stitches or anything. This is yarn overs and decreases. That's all it is. And it is wonderful. Now this isn't available until January. So keep your eyes peeled for when that goes up for sale. I think it's going to be $4. Super beautiful pattern. Now the one that is in the pattern that was given to us is only one side, but you can just repeat it on the back side of your sock.
Is that what you're
doing?
So
I did, because you know me. I love all over pattern. All over. I just want it all. And she said, now notice this patterning is only on the front, but you can just repeat it on the back needle. I said, okay.
Does it matter? Oh, she said it says that in the pattern.
It says that in the pattern.
Okay.
So I did that.
So you don't have to worry about stitch count. The stitch count still matches.
Nope. And she made it so that it ends on 2 stitches on either end.
Okay.
So nothing, you're not trying to do something around the corner. No, nothing. Super simple, guys. So simple. I decided, hey, I've never done tandem before.
What?
So I've got tandem socks.
On the same needle?
No,
different needle. Okay.
Because we went to a closing sale. The first of a closing sale at one of the yarn stores here. Sadly, we're losing an LYS here. Now, this is the second one this year.
But for good reason. They're retiring.
They're super old. I think I've mentioned them before, Bad Woman Yarns, that they're the old curmudgeon-y people that own a yarn store, and it cracks me up.
Even though they were the happiest we've ever seen them, I think because they're closing the yarn store.
And they're having somebody else help them close. So this is like a company that comes in that helps stores close. Now, they're in no rush to... This isn't, we need to sell. This is, we're retiring. So this sale is going on through like the middle of December. I was like, I'll go back when it's better prices. But we went, and I got more US ones, which is 2.5 millimeter for Addies. So these are Addies. They're not sock rockets.
Turbo.
They're turbos, and I don't like them, but that was the size they had. They had sock rockets, but they only had them in 16-inch, and I wasn't ready to try the 2 circulars.
Oh, the 2 circulars?
Plus, I think you want to do that on 12s or 9s or something, maybe. Really short ones. Educate me. I don't know. I wasn't ready to commit to something like that. So I decided just to buy 3 40-inch fixed circulars, Addie, Turbo Lace? Is that what they're called? So they're the chrome edged ones, but yeah, see, huge cord. I didn't know what I was working on before. I was working on short cord before. I think this is a 32-inch. And it does require me to kind of give a little on either end while I'm knitting. So I like the 40-inch. I thought at first when I started this one, I was like, oh gosh, I got too much cord. This is ridiculous. I'm going to hate it. No, I just need to adjust to it, and I think 40-inch cords are what I would want to do. Oh, so this is Baby Beluga. Baby Beluga. I'm really washing this out. So there's a pale blue, a pale gray, and a cream color in this skein. This is Desert Vista Dye Works, as per usual. This is sock 2 in... I put the Desert Vista Dye Works knit along on hold for 3 months, from July, August, September. And then I came back to it in October. So I've done October, and this is now November, and I'll get December. So I'll get my 30% off at the end of this sock.
Yay!
Yeah. Part of it is you get a free skein at the end of 12 straight months, but you don't get to pick it. I'm not that great with mystery sock colors coming in. Yeah, so I did 6 months, and I got the free one that I got to pick. And then I took 3 months off, and I really needed a break.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing 3 more months so that I could get a coupon. For me, it's about the coupon. Not gonna lie, I just want 30% off my next purchase. Okay, so that is for studying for Hogwarts exams. Is that what one of the extracurriculars was called?
I can't remember.
Because it's...
yes, it was the herbology.
Okay, so herbology, which is one of the classes. So I'm studying for one of my classes in this, when this becomes an FO. That's the plan. Now, I have another thing on the needles, but I think it's going to go into detention. This is the knit along I'm doing with Annetta. Hi, Annetta. And that's Anatat on Ravelry. She and I decided to swap yarn through the mail on something that we were already going to knit. And we were going to knit it together. So we decided, hey, we're knitting it together. Why don't we just knit it for each other? Now, I stress about picking the right yarn for somebody else. So she and I discussed this back and forth, and she said, I would feel better if you pick the colorway you want to wear in the end, and I would feel better if I got to pick what I want to wear in the end and just send it to you. So the mystery that we decided on were the beads for this. And I talked about it last time, and I will show you how far I got. I put in a progress keeper.
Yay!
This is very hard to show.
Oh, that's beautiful. What is this again?
Nice. So this is called Morticia, and it's by Boo Knits. Boo Knits is like a dream designer that I've been wanting to do secretly, but afraid to do publicly. So I decided I needed to get some lacy beads patterns under my belt and see if I actually like it, because I didn't want to hate the designer if I hated beads, right? I didn't want to make that association. So I wanted to see if I like to do beads first and then jump into somebody who I've been admiring for years. So Boo Knits, look her up. She's got amazing things. Now this is supposed to take 650 yards. And you need 4 needles. You start at US 4 and then 5, 6, 7. So you need 4 needles, which I can't tell you the secret sauce because it's a paid for pattern. And then there's 4 charts. There's 4 charts and then finishing, an edging. Now the edging looks like it's going to take up a lot of yards, and it's going to eat up a lot of beads because we need 1,000 beads. 1,000 beads for this project. It's only 650 yards. So that is a Lily Go medium size, which you're doing right now. Mm-hmm. How much did that require bead-wise? Like 200 something?
200.
1,000. So, yeah. So, I don't know if you can see them in here. There are beads in all of the leafy patterns in here.
You end up with needles in your teeth.
Yeah. Now, to take this up a notch, if that wasn't enough notches, you could do 2 different colors of beads, where you needed 250 of one. No, maybe you needed, it wasn't 500, 500. It was some other ratio of beads. And I hear that Annetta is doing 2 colored beads. I'm doing a single colored beads because I have a lot of colors going on in this colorway. This is the Logwood colorway by Madeline Tosh, and this is Tosh Merino Light. I have 2 skeins of it because you would say, you don't have 650 yards in that. Well, I've got 2 skeins, and I think that makes 900. Does it? Let's see. 420 yards. So I have 840 yards to work with. Now it's kind of a choose your own adventure. I know, I can keep talking about this up a notch thing. So I decided there's 4 charts, and they tell you, okay, you're gonna do the setup, right, which is a garter stitch start. The setup rows, which are like 15 or 16 rows or something. And then chart A is 24 rows. Now chart A, you do twice, or 3 times, or 4 times, depending on how big you want your shawl. So for the standard size, you do chart A twice. You do chart B, and you do chart C once, and then chart D. I'm doing 3 A's, 1 B, 2 C's, and a D. I've probably listed it on here. So 1, because I have more than 650 yards. And my choose my own adventure, yeah, I'm doing it. You tell me it's going to work out, I will trust you. So I'm excited. I'm super excited, really. I think Annetta's doing 3 A's, a B. I think she might try 3 C's before she goes to D. And then the lacy bind off.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. Now, if I don't have enough, if I find that I'm running low, I have unicorn tails that are also made with Tosh Merino Light that I think will have some coordinating skeins that will work out for this project. So I'm not scared. I want to use up as much yarn as I can without running out, but if I do run out, I'm not stressing out. Don't be scared, Annetta. You might get to see some cool creation done by me. So that's the plan. If this were to be finished at the end of November, which it's not, because I'm only through chart A 3 times currently. Well, I have 4 more rows. Annetta and I were knitting this morning via text. And we picked this up for finishing off the chart A so that I could be at this milestone. Sorry, I keep bumping the camera. I could be at this milestone for the podcast because I'm weird like that. I have to have some weird milestone to reach that might be unattainable, but I'm going to try it anyway. So I'm a couple rows away. I have the bead row is next, which is the final bead row of chart A. Now chart B and C, just make it lacier. So they say you can do 2 repeats of A and then 3 repeats of C later, right? You're increasing the whole time. It's just going to get wider. Wider is better, we've decided. I did. So you could do anything with charts A's and chart C. They haven't said anything about repeating B or D. So I'm going to 3 and she's going to 3 on A, and she might go to 3 on C. But I'm going to 2 because I don't think I have enough yarn. I sent her, Miss Babs. We ordered Miss Babs years ago, and I still have a stockpile from that order that I haven't knit through. Shame on me. So I sent her one of the lace ones.
Oh, cool.
So she's working on lace, and I'm working on fingering. But she's working on the same size needles. So mine will just be kind of airier, bigger holes. I am so excited. I'm so excited that, Anetta, I found you, and we're 2 peas in a pod when it comes to knitting at the same time stuff. Now, Liz and I love the same patterns.
Yes.
We love the same colors, but she doesn't get to knit at the pace that I can. So it's been very nice to find another kindred spirit on patterns and designers and yarn. Oh, it's been so much fun. I'm really loving our community. And I'm trying to grow us into a bigger community, but not very good at it. But just know that I appreciate each and every one of you guys who join us every single week to do this. We have somebody in our group. I don't know if you've been noticing on Instagram, there's this wish list thing that you put up wishes and people grant them.
No.
If they're able to.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I am going to grant a wish from someone in our group that is also one of my Instagram friends, and that is Debbie Jackson. Hi, Debbie Jackson. Do you remember when I knit this hat?
You're asking me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Years, guys. Years. So we were part of a knit, what were they called? Among Friends. Do you remember this group?
Yes.
I think they're still out there doing their thing, but they're very into Outlander, and I could care less about Outlander. Just not interested. So they have all kinds of Outlander-themed yarns. This was before that. Which one was this? Which one were America?
Oh, America, yes.
American Friends or something.
Mm-hmm.
So this was all grown American sheep, milled at American mills, and dyed by American dyers. That was the whole group. So I'm not going to remember who this is, but I'm going to put it below. So this yarn is, read below. And it came in and it's this foresty color. This is an interchangeable hat. This is the white squall, I believe. And so you get some texture here, and then you get a cable bit. So this is the cable from one side, and this is the cable from the other side. Reversible cable. And I think it's much like what she was working on, that antler kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
Loved the knit. This was part of the gift along. You know that knit along that happens, and there's like 200 independent pattern people, and you get 25% off their patterns. It's starting next week, so guys, check it out. GAL, gift along, is what you're looking for. A bunch of independent designers go out and make their wares available at 25% off, and this is for Christmas knitting. So this was one of those from 2 years ago. I decided that I couldn't participate again until I knit through all those. I haven't knit through all of them, and I think I bought like a dozen patterns. But anyway, this is Snow Squall or White Squall, and I used the yarn from Among Friends. Now, the whole time, looking at it in the skein, I was like, oh, forest, yumminess. And then when I wound found the ball, I thought, that kind of looks like camo. That's weird. Then I knit it and kind of looks like camo. So I am gifting this hat to Debbie Jackson because she is doing charity knitting and she didn't get enough knitting done to the standard that she wanted. And so she opened it up to people who had hats, cowls, or scarves complete that they wanted to gift. So this has been done for years. Never worn. Couldn't put a camo hat on. I just couldn't do it. Sean wasn't really into it either. It's a beautiful hat. It fits really well. It's warm. It's great wool. I want to say this was it's not Rochambeau. Rambouillet. My first time with Rambouillet, and I wanted to love it. I loved knitting with it. Love it. There's nothing about this hat I don't like, except that it looks like camouflage. So we just don't wear it. And we have a bunch of hats. And you know what? If it's going to be worn by somebody out there somewhere, whoever you're giving these out to, I will be so stoked that it's going to be used because it has been in my hope chest, my cedar hope chest, for years. Because I have finished objects of this from our deck on our house. So that was 2 years ago, at least now. It's an old hat that has no love. So I'm hoping that this goes to a home that's going to love it. So thank you for putting that wish out there and I could grant it because I am super stoked to see this go to a new home.
Yay!
Yeah. So I have your address. My note's been out for days telling me to go look for this hat and I finally found it. So I'm super, super excited. And I think that was our finished objects.
Yes.
And our works in progress. And our knit-alongs.
Did Annette send the stuff for the drawings?
Yes. Oh, yes. So talk about your swap partner.
Oh, my swap partner, yeah. So part of the Harry Potter knit-along is we had a swap partner. So you got to send some stuff to another person if you signed up. And I got a great package from a lovely person in Minnesota, Amy. Or not Minnesota, Illinois.
Illinois, nice.
Yeah. And so she sent me a little llama reusable
cup with saddles or blankets on. I think
and then a matching notebook.
Oh, that's cool.
And some coconut chocolates, which I'll probably leave here.
Ocho
coconut in dark chocolate. And a very cute Harry Potter reusable tote.
That's awesome. What does it say?
The cupboard under the stairs.
Oh, look at that. It's an envelope, guys. Oh my goodness, look at it. It's got the little seal and everything on the back. I'm more excited about these stupid things.
And then a Godiva chocolate. Oh, I had all my excitement earlier. And
who
some lovely yarn. She sent me some Madeline Todd
sock
in a beautiful neutral parchment, which I love.
Ooh.
And this, I've never worked with a sock blank. She sent me a sock blank.
That is your colors.
Yes, my colors.
Those are her favorite colors.
So I'm excited to try doing that. And then she sent me a whole bunch of minis.
Oh my goodness.
And
she knows about your hexapoofs.
No, my Pomona Sprout. Because that's my favorite character. Yeah, so she found this print and she sent me it. And she sent me all these minis. She said most of them were from a fade that she did earlier.
Oh, nice. That takes 7 skeins?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, we even got a button.
I even got a button. I got 2 buttons, actually.
Oh, buttons. Hell yeah.
And then some lovely tea. So thank you very much, Amy. I enjoyed my package very much. Oh, and there were some stitch markers too, but they're already in use, so I'm not going to dig them out.
It says Lydia Jean Art, because I can't make it say it. Oh, those are so cool.
Yeah, so I was very, very excited with my...
and a postcard.
Very, very excited, and I can't wait to do this again next year, because it is fun to package a box together for another knitter.
Did your daughter claim anything?
Yeah, the chocolates.
I figure.
Which she can have. So it doesn't need to go to my waistline.
All right. I got something in the mail.
Oh,
isn't that precious? It's our little knitting circle. Love it. And I'm wearing the same theme. This is Sheep Happens shirt. I think, yeah, by the same person who did this card. And that is Knit Ba Pearl. Look her up. Her stuff is hilarious. She's got, you've got a wine glass that I brought back.
Yes.
And it said, 3 sheeps to the wind. This one's Sheep Happens. This is Sean's shirt I'm wearing. I always bring him something back from all the knitting events that we do. Sometimes it's yarn. Usually it's shirts. He loves shirts. So anyway, I got this from Annette, Nettie1020, who hosted our
October
way to go.
Way to go.
Way to go. And this was at 44 grams last month. Do you guys all remember? And you guys all know you participated? Well, she sent us the cutest card, and she asked us specifically to pull one name for one prize. It doesn't matter which one first, but please designate the prize before drawing the name, and they can contact me with the mail info. So she went to the trouble of printing all the people's entries. See, do you see it? You guys see your names? There's a Priceless and a Lindsay and a Penny J and Arts Lover. Do you see yourself right there? Only part of it. I know who it is. And then you got a Lizzie215 in there. And you know who that one is? Allison Roseboom. Yay. So
the first prize.
2 prizes, guys. So 2 of these names are going to win.
First prize will be 1 set of 3 Knit Bob Pearl greeting cards.
So the same people who did this card, same person, and this shirt, and her wine glass. And the winner is, drum roll please,
Ta-da-da-da-da.
Penny J.
Yay, Penny!
Can you see your name, Penny? Oh, yeah. So you get a set of 3 cards by Knit Bob Pearl. What's the second prize?
The second prize is an Ablet Knitting Abacus Bracelet.
Ooh, that's for counting your rows.
I have never seen one of those. That's cool.
Just do it. Oh, dun dun dun! Arts Lover! Yay! Yay! So we've got a couple winners for these 2 prizes. So we found the prizes, and she's got those pictures listed in the FO thread from October, and it is post 70. So if you are Penny J or Arts Lover and you want to see what the prize is,
what you just won
is in post 70 in the finished object thread from Way to Go October.
So please PM
Nettie1020.
Yes.
Thank you for hosting.
And Alicia will post it there so you know how to spell it.
Yeah, just give her a RAV message and she will send that out to you. Yeah. She will wing it your way. Or maybe you'll meet up, because I think I've seen Annette and Penny J knitting together at a restaurant in our Loop and About page. Figure it out, guys, how you're going to do it, whether you're going to meet up and do some knitting and a prize swap. It's going to be so awesome. Yay. Congratulations. The knitting has been so much fun with you guys. I can't even tell you. We had so much fun with that Way to Go that we're doing Way to Go right now.
Yeah.
With 4 grams instead of 44. So if you are working on something, if you've been knitting on something this month and you want it to count for something, maybe it's a sweater, maybe you only got a few rows in or a few inches on a sleeve or partial credit. If you want partial credit for some work, come on over to our knit along and just post a picture on a scale and just let us know how many of that is what you've done progress on.
Yes, please.
If you don't have a pre-picture, that's okay. We're going by honest.
Yep, because it's all in good fun.
Yeah, this is fun. We're going to put your name in the big list. The list got hefty due to Allison. But yes.
But there's still a chance.
There's always a chance. Now, do you have some prizes to announce?
I don't have any prizes yet. I have 2 weeks. There'll probably be yarn. There'll probably be a pattern of the person's choice.
Okay. Patterns are always good.
Patterns are always good. So there will be several prizes. I'm still destashing. So.
Liz is your host. So if you want to know more, you can pester her on. Maybe you can get her to say something on the boards.
Yes, maybe. Please pester me. Make sure to earburn me, because that I do check. So go for it.
I want to thank the couple of people, and you know who you are, who helped me decide what I'm going to be knitting my partner in Knitmas.
Oh, yeah.
I have decided to go with This more charcoal colored with the green hints in it from Twisted Fiber Lab. Now this is a local dyer to me and Liz. Liz and I. The two of us. Twisted Fiber Lab. She is a knitter at Seattle Yarn that I met through working at Seattle Yarn. She came in all the time. She dyes, this is a merino. Let's see. Superwash merino. And it's sport weight. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I don't know what's wrong with me. But there's 328 yards in this. And it's 100 grams. So 328 yards versus 463 yards in this guy. They look so good together. I'll have to check the pattern and see what size needles it's on. But that's junk yarn that you saw last week. And that's Twisted Fiber Lab on the bottom. They have a green that's in common. Let me see if I can. Those greens are kind of in common. And I figured they'd play well together. Now, I might change my mind now that I'm seeing that it's a sport weight. So let me get back to you on that one. Because what I'm going to be knitting, it might not
matter.
It might not matter because there's so much switching of the yarn that the texture change might be fun. And now I need to see if I have enough yardage with the sport weight one, if it'll make it through the whole thing. Because you need equal parts of each color. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to tell you what I'm knitting. Are you going to tell them what you're knitting?
Nope. Because it's from my person's
Q. Yeah.
So nope, not happening.
Mine isn't from my person's Q.
So you could probably be okay.
So I could probably do it. This is something I want to knit. You're getting it. I hope you love it. You probably will. Okay, so I've showed you my yarn. And we showed your yarn last time.
We showed my
It was that magpie yarn.
Yep, the magpie.
All right, is there anything else you want to show? Did you get anything else in the mail or purchased anything?
I did purchase. So last weekend, I went to Knit Fit, which is a local indie thing here. Alicia couldn't go with me, so I took my next best person. I took my minion number 1.
Yeah. She's a trooper. She's been to a lot of fiber events.
And
did she wear anything?
She didn't wear anything, but I didn't buy anything.
She did all the shopping.
My minion number 1 did, all the shopping. So she saw this ladybug bag and fell in love with it. So she bought her first project bag.
She goes way back with ladybugs. Go ahead and tell her from the start.
Yeah. So
Halloween.
2
times she's been a ladybug. 3 times she's been a ladybug.
She's been a ladybug 3 times. The first 2 times was a costume my mother-in-law made. This last time, if anyone has kids and watches Netflix, she was miraculous. She was Ladybug the superhero.
Superhero edition of a ladybug. Yeah.
So needless to say, when she saw this bag, she saw it.
She's like, it's mine.
It's by Dancing Sheep, who is a local to here, because Knit Fit is a local kind of indie.
It's an indie get together.
Yeah, knit marketplace. And then
on top of all that,
she picked out
something
sparkly yarn.
Is that a gradient?
Yeah.
Man, she knows how to pick yarn.
She picked a sparkly gradient.
Yeah, she picks yarn like Sean picks yarn. The expensive stuff.
Yeah. So she picked this by 3 Fates yarn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you got.
Yeah. 3 Fates yarn. And the dyer is out of Salem, Oregon. So by local, I mean Northwest. That's who comes out. And it's beautiful yarn. And she wants a scarf out of this.
Oh, yes.
I bought 2 things. So that was actually, for me, that's really good.
I did not go because Sean decided to go to the hospital for funsies.
Oh, yeah.
The day before. And so we
were
lost
mentally tired.
Many hours doing that. He got another baseline CAT scan, so it'll be good. We have another appointment coming up. So fingers crossed. He was sure he had meningitis. He did not. So don't worry. Don't worry, guys. I'm telling you, when you have a cancer scare, from then on, you think you're dying anytime you're kind of sick.
Hey, I would too.
It turns out his migraines have moved. So they're no longer up here. They're more at the base of his skull. And it's a different kind of pressure, a different kind of pain. he's not enjoying the experience. And that was a migraine that lasted for 2 weeks straight. Like, you couldn't do anything about it. So that kind of stinks. But it's migraines that he has endured since his chemo days. And we're just happy to have him around. He's going to just decide this is baseline, this is what I'm going to expect, and we're going to move forward. So hopefully our next exam, they'll say, yep, you're still fine. you're clear. So that's in the coming week. Now, I've had a death in the family, and I haven't even told Liz.
I'm sorry.
So next week, I'm going to be gone on the day that we usually record. So it might be 2 weeks before you see us again. Thank you for being patient with us.
Well, everyone's busy around the holidays, so...
Yeah, we only have a few days that overlap to begin with, because her weekends
I have normal people weekends.
Yeah, she has normal people weekends, and my husband has weekends on Tuesday, Wednesday. So we usually record on a Monday. And then that means you can't do Tuesday or Wednesday to make up for a Monday. And then when Thursday comes, this is the end of her work week. So then she's too busy with work.
Yeah.
So it just, and then Friday you get your kids by yourself. So.
Yeah, darn it me, my first world problems. I have to watch my own kids.
No, but I'm saying that's why our schedules don't mesh very well. Because we don't have the same kind of days off. But if I'm around on Sean's weekend, we definitely try to reschedule on those days. But, please give us some grace because it might be 2 weeks. And I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday.
Yes, enjoy Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Or hope you had a great Thanksgiving, depending on when you
saw this. I'm thinking it's going to be up either tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, or when you have a great Thanksgiving. And I will try to be on the boards a little more.
She's hosting a knit-along, guys. Keep her honest.
I won the DVD.
I saw. She doesn't even knit with this yarn, but she keeps getting free stains.
I have to knit with this yarn. I've knit my daughter a sweater.
Right. She did the sweater recently. So funny.
Hey, it's not my fault that...
It's Edward Scissorhands.
It's not my fault that apparently we have the same taste in movies and color.
You have her by the colors for sure. So Desert Vista Dye Works has a theme for the year. This year it's movies. And for each month, she puts out a call to what colorways should I be doing under this theme. So you have until the 10th. Yeah. There's action films that have been done, classics,
sci-fi,
love interest or romance or whatever. So this past one was your favorites. Mine ran the gamut. I have a bike movie in there that I didn't even know if that counted. I was like, but it's a movie.
It's your favorite.
It's my favorite. I had an old movie, which was Hello, Dolly. And then, I don't know what my third one was. I don't think it was The Holiday, because I think The Holiday was mentioned before. But you picked Edward Scissorhands. What was your other ones?
Oh.
That won.
Yeah, that's the one that won.
And it's a gorgeous picture.
What else did I pick? I can't even remember what I picked. Because usually, I will admit, it's not that you can't repeat somebody else's.
Yes. If it's already been mentioned. As I said, that's why I didn't put The Holiday in, because somebody else had mentioned it before I even got into it.
The other, I love Star Wars. I'll admit it. Or Harry Potter. But those are
usually already up.
Those are usually, some of the first ones taken. So then I start going to, my more obscure, and which ones aren't listed. Because literally by the time I posted my favorite movies, it was
she was on the last page.
It was the second to last day. It was not. So it's not like I posted first and beat everybody to the punch.
Nope. She went through the whole list.
I went through the whole list because I'm like, oh darn it, that one's taken. Yeah. Gosh darn it, that one's taken.
I think I was minorly upset earlier this year, and I stopped submitting because she had one that was cartoon or something, and then another one that was animated. I don't know. She had two different ones. Maybe it was Disney or children's. She had a children's genre 1 month. The next month it was animated. And the one that I put in for the children's one the month before won in the second one. And I was like, really? Come on. So I was a little upset by that. So I stopped participating.
I didn't participate last month. I missed it.
That was my From the Fume Hood. Just needed to vent a little bit, guys.
Oh, and something else. I finally finished Hamilton, the book.
We can talk about books. Okay, we're going to talk about Works Cited next time.
Yes, we'll talk about Works Cited, but I had to put that out there that I finally finished Hamilton.
And she doesn't even have to be done until February.
Yes, because that's when the play comes here.
Good job. Until we knit again. You
Thank
guys take care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.